truth that you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison for your mind.
Greetings. Today I want to speak to you on the subject of wealth is a feeling. It's a state of mind. And I think this topic is very much important at this time where many people want to see changes in their lives and they want to enjoy good health and wealth. Therefore, it is very important for them to understand that true wealth comes from understanding the mind and how the mind works and how they're supposed to feel about themselves. Now, your belief system has everything to do with how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself. And this is why it is very important for me to mention the teachings of Neville Goddard and his mentor Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia, and use such a teaching to help you to understand true wealth and how it's a feeling and it's a state of mind. Now, the reason why this message is very much important and very much needed from someone like me is because most people who looks like me, they're trapped in secular Christianity, looking outwardly, whereby they believe that the Bible is literal and that the Bible is secular history. As a matter of fact, as I speak here right now, I can hear the Lord voice of this particular woman who always at this church not too far from where I'm living, who always shouting and crying and screaming, and so on. She always does that, okay? And this is the state of mind that many people have kept themselves and never understand what is true wealth. And when they pray to this God, our Savior, outside of themselves, they are always begging this God for something. And when we look at their lives, we see it's not a life of prosperity. We see it's not a life of abundance. We see it's a life of limitation and mediocrity. So it is very, very important for me to really dwell on this subject and teach you concerning how wealth is actually a feeling and it's a state of mind. So not until you change your mind from your belief system and understand that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency, and that the Bible is actually teaching you how to look inwardly and not how to look outwardly. When you understand that the kingdom of God is within you, and when you discover the kingdom of God, that you will discover the creative power that you can use to achieve your every desire, then you will understand even more why wealth is a feeling. Now, I have a small book here called Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. And it's a very small book, but very, very good book for anyone to read. So I will definitely recommend that you get this book and you read this book. Feeling is the Secret. I would do a little bit of reading for you from each chapter, but it wouldn't be long. I'm just going to read, a paragraph from each chapter to help you to understand why feeling is what you need to enjoy wealth, and why wealth is actually a feeling, a state of mind. And as I said before, you can have this book also, you can read this book also. Okay, your mood is your fortune. Your mood is your fortune along with this book. Okay, Feeling is the Secret and Your Mood is Your Fortune. This one by Neville Goddard and this one by me. Okay, so these are two good books that you should really definitely have as a part of your library. Now, I'm going to read just a paragraph from this book. So I'm going to read for you from this book, Feeling is the Secret. And I'm just going to read the first paragraph. of chapter 1 and the first paragraph of chapter 2 and chapter 3 and chapter 4, because it only have 4 chapters, okay? And this is what it says here in chapter 1, okay? It says here, the world and all within it is man's conditioned consciousness objectified. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of the entire world. So it is to consciousness that we must turn if we will discover the secret of creation. Okay, and as I said before, it is within. You have to go within. Knowledge of the law of consciousness and the method of operating this law will enable you to accomplish all your desires in life. It is very important for you to understand consciousness and know that consciousness is within. Know that God and life are one. Okay? Armed with a working knowledge of this law, you can build and maintain an ideal world. Consciousness is the one and only reality, not figuratively, but actually. Okay, so this is not a figurative speech. This is something that you have to experience for yourself. This is something that you have to put to work in your life for yourself and prove that imagination creates reality for yourself. Prove that consciousness is the only reality there is. And once you are conscious of being, you use that consciousness to get anything that you desire in this world. Okay, so it is very important for you to discover the secret of creation. And that's why Matthew 6:33 says that you must seek first the kingdom of God and righteousness, and all these things will be added on to you when you find the secret of creation first. So it is very important for you to understand the law of mentalism. When you understand the law of mentalism, it helps you to understand all the other laws that governs humanity also. Okay, so it's very important to know about your mind. People do not know about their mind. They have lost their mind believing in secular Christianity. Okay? He said, this reality may be for the sake of clarity to liken unto a stream which is divided into 2 parts, the conscious and the subconscious. In order to intelligently operate the law of consciousness, it is necessary to understand the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious. Okay, so it is speaking about the conscious and subconscious mind, that you must be familiar with the working of the conscious and the subconscious mind. And that is why I would encourage you to read Joseph Murphy's book also, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Okay? Because when you understand the conscious and the subconscious mind, you will understand how thoughts work, and then you will understand that really and truly, true wealth is really a feeling, it's a state of mind. Now I'm going to read from chapter 2, I'm going to read a little excerpt from chapter 2 concerning sleep. Okay, so you need to discover consciousness is everything. Then you need to understand 2/3 of your life here, which is basically, I think is 2/3, let me see, 1/3 I should say, right, of your life here on earth. Okay, it's done through sleep. And when you read the Bible, most of the things you read in the Bible, it tells you with dreams and visions and so on. So it's very important for you to learn of the conscious and the subconscious mind, and learn of how this conscious and subconscious mind relates to sleep. Okay. Now it says here in chapter 2 of Feelings the Secret, sleep, the life that occupies 1/3 of your stay on earth, is the natural door into the subconscious. So the way of the entrance to the subconscious is through sleep. So it is with sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious 2/3 of our life on earth is measured by the degree of attention we give sleep. So the rest of your life is determined by how you go to bed and how you wake up in the morning. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has to bestow will cause us night after night to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. It's like you're under expectation. Like if you're in love, like when you're in love with someone, you can't wait to see them, you can't wait to be with them, you can't wait to hold them. You're anxious for that time to come, that moment when you spend time together with them. So too, you should anticipate your nights just before you go to bed, because you have a firm understanding of how the conscious and the subconscious mind works and how it correlates with sleep. He said, in a dream, and this is a scripture it is showing you here, quoting for you here in Job chapter 33, verses 14 to 16. And this is why it says here, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men in slumbering upon the bed, then he, who is this he? This is the Jima in you, God in you. Then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instructions, or their instruction. And this is why I all refer to the power in you as a genie. Your wish is his command, but you must go to bed consciously. You must go to bed with your desires. You must go to bed knowing who you are and what you would like to achieve in this three-dimensional world, as you're changing from the three-dimensional world into the fourth-dimensional world, and you want to think fourth-dimensionally. That's why you tell you, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. God don't sleep because God is the Jima in you. It says also, it is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impression and receive his instructions. Every one of us normally experience a time when we have this drowsy, sleepy state that will come upon us. And not only in the night does it happen in the day sometimes. It even happens when we eat a large meal also. You feel very much sleepy, and that drowsy, sleepy state is when you're changing dimension. And this is when the time that you should take your intention with that feeling that your wish is already fulfilled. So all wealth is based in feeling. It's all a state of mind. It's all have to do with the concept you hold of yourself. And that is why I strongly recommend Your Mood is Your Fortune, that book, along with this book that I'm reading here. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. It's a marriage. It's a union. Okay? The male and female become one flesh. You see? That is why I wrote a book called The Truth About Marriage. The marriage that the system gives to you is not the real marriage. The real marriage is a union. A divine, invisible union. Okay? And it represents the conscious and the subconscious mind. And when we play it out here with a man and a woman, we must have the right understanding. Because definitely poverty is definitely a curse. Okay? It says sleep is the time when the male or conscious mind turns from the world of sense to seek its lover or subconscious self. So each night when you go into bed to sleep, this is when the male side of you, the conscious, is taking the time out to pay attention or to join with the subconscious to become one. The true marriage that will bring forth children, your brainchild. So just like as how it happened in the physical marriage that they're trying to give to you through the system, you know, and make you do it out of fear and out of ignorance. You see, I'm showing you here is the same process you use to multiply and replenish yourself in wealth and everything else. Okay, it's all about, you know, the conscious and the subconscious mind. And that's why in Genesis, which is the creation story, teaching you how you can create your reality consciously and how thoughts become things. That's why I'm teaching you and teaching you about the elements in Genesis. It comes over and show you marriage also, what it really means. So you can go right back to Genesis and see what the marriage was really all about, that brought forth Cain and Abel. And I'll be saying to you that you are the one who always bring forth either Cain or Abel from your destructive or creative thoughts. That's the fruit. It's not a man and a little man or woman in a garden. Your mind is the garden. Garden Eden is your mind. Okay, I'm going to read another little excerpt from chapter 3 here. It says prayer. So, understanding about the conscious and subconscious mind is what you need. And then you understand about sleep. And then you understand prayer. Most people do not understand prayer. Most people do not know how to pray, especially religious people. So they're always praying and begging a God outside of themselves. But Matthew chapter 6 verse 66 tells you what to do, how to really approach God. And Psalms 4:4, where it says to commune with your own heart upon your bed and go into that stillness, that place of meditation, that place of visualization, seeing things through your mind's eye. But this is what it says here. It says prayer, like sleep, is also an entrance into the subconscious. Okay? When you pray, enter into your closet. So he's quoting Matthew 6:6 right here. And when you have shut your door, pray to your Father which is in secret. Your Father which is in secret shall reward you openly. Here speaking of your imagination. You're going into your imagination with what? With thanksgiving, with expectation, because you're going into the world of possibilities, especially in this drowsy, sleepy state. So it all works together. Everything correlates. The understanding of the conscious and subconscious mind, the understanding of sleep, which is the 1/3, how the 1/3 that does influence the 2/3 of the rest of of our life. So our life is shaped by how we go to bed and how we awake. Because I always say to you, how you awake, how you go to bed and how you awake will shape your day. And your day will shape your weeks. And your weeks will shape your months. And your months will shape your years. And your years will shape your life. Get it right, my brother and my sisters. So he said, the Father which is in secret. And your Father which, And when you have shut your door, pray to your Father which is in secret. And your Father which is in secret shall reward you openly. Shall reward you openly. That is why you're told that let your light so shine, that the world may behold your good works. So it doesn't have anything to do with talking and argument. As I always say, results don't tell lies. Your result will tell the truth. So he said prayer is an illusion of sleep, which diminishes the impression of the outer world and renders the mind more receptive to suggestion from within. The mind in prayer is in a state of relaxation and receptivity akin to the feeling attained just before dropping off to sleep. So it's very important for you to get into that feeling before. Even when you're doing this in the day and you're going to visualize, okay, even if you do not feel like drowsy, sleepy state, but you want to do an exercise, it is very important that you acquire the feeling first before you even go into visualization. Get the feeling first. Activate the feeling by listening to something or reading something. Do something and activate that feeling first, and then go into your visualization with that feeling. Because wealth, as I said to you, is a feeling. Success is a feeling. All attainment lies in a feeling. It's all a state of mind. Everything is mental, everything is psychological, everything has to first be a thought, everything has to first be an idea, everything has to first be imagined. That's why I keep telling you that God in man is man's imagination. And the eternal body of man is the imagination. That is God himself. There's no other God. Okay? I'm not saying this because Neville said it. I'm saying this because I would have experienced everything that Neville have ever taught in my life, including the promise and more. Okay? You see, prayer is not so much what you ask for as how you prepare for its reception. Whatever things you desire, when you pray, believe that you have received them and ye shall have them. The only condition required is that you believe that your prayers are already realized. Everything is already finished. It's a finished work. So you do not need to plead and beg for something that's already here. You just need to vibrate to that level of frequency and magnetize it to you and bring it to you, attract it to you, because you're a magnetic and electrical being. And when you do these kind of rituals that I'm speaking about here, that I'm reading about here, I should say, what you are actually doing, you are activating your magical self. You're activating your creative self. You are activating your God self. As a matter of fact, you are activating your magnetic and electrical self. You are a conduit. And so, my brother, my sisters, you must be in the right energy, vibration, and frequency, knowing that you are a mass of energy. And everything that you desire in this world, in this physical realm of matter, it have to be a transmutation of energy. So you transmute the energy. Okay? The last chapter here is spirit feeling. How you're supposed to feel from the realm of spirit and not from the realm of flesh, because the realm of flesh will show you limitation and it will bring doubt, it will bring fear. But when you operate from the place of love, which is the place of spirit, you will get that right feeling, because you understand emotion is energy in motion, and you would rejoice and you would be glad. And that is why it's all teaching you how you're supposed to have the right concept and the right feeling about yourself. So it says here, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. Get into the spirit of the state desired by assuming the feeling that would be yours were you already the one you want to be. So you have to live in the present tense, and you have to get into that feeling that it has already happened, and you now feel the way that you feel because you have accomplished your goal. You see, as you capture the feeling of the state sought, you are relieved of all effort to make it so. So you do not have to think about how it's going to be done or when it's going to be done. It's supposed to be something that has been done effortlessly. Okay? For it is already so. It is finished. It's already done. Everything has already been created and already here. You just have to vibrate to the right frequency to attract it to you. There is a definite feeling associated with every idea in the mind of man. Remember, I said to you, everything that you see here, it was for us an idea, it was for us a thought, it was for us imagine. And while that was happening, there was a feeling that goes with it. That is why if a physical fact can create a emotional, a psychological state, then a psychological state can also create a physical fact. Okay? So when you realize that a psychological state can create a physical fact, you will understand what I mean when I say that wealth is a feeling, is a state of mind. Okay? So then he say here, capture the feeling associated with your realized wish by assuming the feeling that would be yours were you already in possession of the thing you desire, and your wish will objectify itself. So basically, all you have to do is believe, get into the feeling and capture that feeling that is associated with your realized wish. Through an assumption, you create that feeling and believe that it's already yours and you're already in possession of the thing that you so desire, and your wish will objectify itself. It will come to pass. It will materialize into this world because you are working in alchemy, and it is basically the transmutation of energy. As I said before, everything is a transmutation of energy. So it's a faith is feeling. You see, faith is feeling, is not what people think faith really is. Many people fail to realize that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. It is basically a substance that is invisible. But that which is invisible, you can actually feel it. Like the wind. The wind is invisible. You can't see it, but you can feel it. Okay, and it make you feel cool. It make you feel good. It make you feel, real comfortable. There's nothing more comfortable than a breath of fresh air. And our whole life constitute breathing. It's constitute, inhaling and exhaling. Okay, and it's a transmutation also. It's an exchange also. Okay, and business of itself is an exchange. Everything is an exchange. Everything is actually an investment. And if you think more deeply, you see that everything is sexual. Everything is actually sexual. It's a giving and a receiving process. And they make you believe that sex is a taboo. And make you believe that some man could give you right to have sex. After you read from a little book. It's all foolishness. Okay, but let me go on. Because that's another subject for another time. You can check out my book, The Truth About Marriage. Faith is feeling according to your faith, which is according to your feeling, be it unto you. It's how you feel. You never attract that which you want, but always that which you are. It's not what you want, it's what you are. You must become the thing to attract it to you. You must rise to the occasion. You must lift your vibration to that frequency. As a man is, so does he see. Which is basically like, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay, so does he see. To him that hath, it shall be given. And to him that hath not, it shall be taken away. That which you feel yourself to be, you are. And you are given that which you are. You can only be given that which you are. How you feel yourself to be is how you will feel you are and what you have. So assume the feeling that will be yours while you are already in possession of your wish. And your wish must be realized. It's as simple as that. So to just do a quick recap. First thing you have to do, you have to understand consciousness. And you have to understand that consciousness is everything. Your awareness of being. That's it. That's everything. Life itself in you is the intelligence. You must understand that. And you must understand that the masculine and feminine represents the conscious and the subconscious mind. You see, if you understand that, then you will understand why it tells you everything was in the ark, because you will realize that you're the ark that have 3 levels, which is your physical, your psychological, and your spiritual. So it's very important for you to set the foundation of understanding consciousness and understanding the conscious and the subconscious mind, the masculine and the feminine, the male and the female. And then you must understand sleep, what happens at the time of sleep, how the conscious and the subconscious come into a marriage. They come into a union. And when they come into that marriage and that union, basically you actually like disappear from this world into another world in the time of sleep. But you remain aware because the Jima in you is God. And that is why it's very important that when you learn about the conscious and the subconscious mind, that you put what you would have learned to work in your life as you go to bed night after night. And which means it will constitute how you wake up in the morning in terms of what frame of mind you would wake up in the morning to continue the rest 2/3 of your life. How it would be done, okay? So, sleep, and then prayer. You must understand that prayer is not begging, that it is thanksgiving, and it is basically desire and meditation. And you go into meditation and have that inner conversation and be in touch with your higher self, your true self, your true essence. That is you seeking the kingdom that is within you. That is you closing the door, which is the 2 eyes, and going into the secret place, into your closet, the place of meditation, the place of secret where your Father is in secret, telling you that everything that is written in the Bible is secret. And you must get into the secret place, into the secret chamber. And then it tells you when you go into the secret chamber, you must go with the feeling, because you believe that your spirit having a human experience. So you must dwell from the spirit realm, the realm of spirit. And all of that, when you put all of that together, it constitutes wealth, it constitutes good health, it constitutes wisdom, it constitutes freedom and liberty. But most of all, it constitutes you discovering that true salvation is self-realization, and that God in man is man's imagination. And therefore you use your imagination to create your reality consciously, because you find the secret of creation. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I don't think I can give you any more than that. I think you get more than enough to chew upon. My encouragement to you is to put it to work in your life. From video to video, I've always said to you, know how you're going to bed. Go to bed more consciously and wake more consciously, because how you go to bed and how you wake up is what will constitute the rest of your damn life. Take it seriously, my brother and my sisters. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much, and I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and what I'm saying makes sense to you, really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram at Black Mad Guru. And if you would like to support this work, we have a PayPal, and the link is down below. If you feel very much led to really support this work, I want to let you know that all your support, it is very much appreciated, and I want to thank you for sowing into this work. But always remember, I always teach that you must follow your gut feeling. Do not do anything unless it's been laid heavily upon you to do so. Follow your intuition in everything. Okay? Also, I want to say to you that we have a Patreon, and if you want to be a part of that community by becoming a patron, feel free to do so. We have a lot of good information that is available to you, and we also have a course they call the Inner Sound Science and Technology to create your reality consciously, or in other words, the Inner Sound Engineering to create your reality consciously. And it's for persons who are donating at least $20 or more. And it's all about teaching you how to align yourself with the sun that is within you, which is the light that is within you, the intelligence that is within you, that would bring healing to you and to the rest of humanity, and will help you to discover or to realize true righteousness, because righteousness is a discovery. So if you feel very much led to be a part of that community that believes in the inner sun and want to be aligned with the inner sun, science and technology, feel free to be a part. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to really thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for your patience. If you listen to me from the start to the finish, I'm saying to you, happy manifesting. You will grow, you will expand, and you will prove that everything that I'm saying here, it is the truth. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.